Okay, to start your book trailer or the digital story we're going to begin, I want to give you a short tutorial on how to use iMovie and some of the options that are available. So when you go to iMovie, you're going to go up to File, New Project, and it's going to give you all of these options. The movie trailer options are really cool, but you have to have video in order to use them. And so we're going to use the no theme on the book trailers and our digital story that we're going to write, and then you need to name it. So if you're writing a book trailer, you need to name it the title of the book. For our digital story, I'll tell you exactly what we're going to name that, and we'll get to that when it's time. This automatically add right here, that means that you can have iMovie automatically add in transitions for you, but when you have it automatically add in transitions, it's going to be the same the whole time. So this is something that you can check if you want it to put all your transitions in for you, or you don't have to and you can put the transitions in. Transitions are just like in a slideshow, they're how the movie rotates from one clip to another. So I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to click Create. And what you see, now down here I have a lot of other things going on because I have other iMovies created. But here's my project library up here. And I have to start adding in photos. So in your folder of photos, you just click and drag in photos that you want. So if I go and I need the title of Harrison Me, now you're going to have all of these compiled already, I hope. If not, you can go out and find them on your own. It just takes a lot longer. It's a lot longer process to do that. So I'm going to use Harrison Me as the title. And I need to drag that into my iMovie. And if you notice, there's a red bar that shows up. And Harrison Me, it's zoomed in on only the middle part. And this picture is pretty low quality, so I would probably go back and find a new one. But that effect is called Ken Burns, and it means that it zooms in on a part. So if this little wheel is just like in Google, it's kind of your settings. If you go to cropping Ken Burns and rotation, you can take that off and make it fit. Or you can drag the boxes so that it will show whatever part of it you want it to show. So then you can click done, go back, hit the space bar, and it will play it depending on how much of the cover you want it to show. So again, you can make it just fit, and it will just play, and it won't move. So it depends on how you want it to look. So you continue adding in pictures. Okay, so in my project library, I'm going to continue to add in pictures. A couple other things that I want you to be aware of. Over here are your buttons for your options. So the music note obviously are sounds. There are lots of sounds available in iMovie. Okay, the T is for a title slide. So this is how I'm going to put my text in. And if you scroll over them, you're seeing right now that it'll show you how they're going to move. Okay, so if I'm going to have text, and then I choose a background, I'm going to choose a background that goes with my book. So I need to choose something that's going to relate to the book. Like the book doesn't have anything about water, so I'm not going to choose the water one. I'm just going to choose the tan one because it takes place on a farm, and that color kind of reminds me of a farm. And the first in mine, I'm just going to write trouble. And in my storyboard, this is already done. Now, you notice that trouble popped up over here. That's my text. So I can change the font by clicking on, and then I can go through, maybe I think impact is the one that I want. And I liked the white font, and I want it to be bigger. So I'm going to make it 9, and then click done. So now, I can go back and watch what I've created. iMovie automatically sets a time. If it's too long or not long enough to change the time, again, you go back to the toggle, click on Clip Adjustments, and I can change this. Maybe I only want it to be 3 seconds. So now I see this 3S right here, and then it moves into trouble. Again, I can change the time on this slide as well by doing the same thing. Clip Adjustments. Maybe I want it to be 4.5 seconds. Okay, so that's going to show up like that. This button is your transitions button, and transitions make your movie flow. So you need to have transitions in your book trailer and in your digital story. But again, as you scroll over, it will show you what they're going to look like. In movies and book trailers, and anytime that you're creating a presentation, we've talked about not making it too crazy. Like, I'm not going to include a different transition in every single time. I might choose 2 that I want to use. So maybe I like this circle. Maybe I use the circle. So all I did was click and drag up. Now I'm going to watch it and see what it looks like. It just makes it flow from one thing to another. Now you notice this time changed to 2.5 because this transition took 5 seconds of it. So now if I need to go back and make this 4 seconds again, I can do that after I put my transitions in. So now I'm going to use circle open and put that in next to my next slide. Okay, again, sounds. I can use any of these sounds that I want. So all I do is click and drag. Doesn't really go with the theme, but you get the idea of how you can click and drag. You can also listen to these sounds by just clicking on play. So I don't have to drag them into my movie. I can listen to them over here, and then it will show, I can get an idea of what kind of sound I want and what mood my book is so that I can figure out what sound I want. Now, if I don't want this one anymore, I click on it, make it highlighted, and delete it. And all I did to do that was hit the delete button. That was it. Okay, so again, choose a no template. You've got music, you have your titles, you have your transitions, okay? Make sure that you have sound. Again, you want your book trailer to entice readers to want to read your book. So just telling us the characters, I don't know that I want to read that book. What's going on? So I'm going to give them little hints, little clues to try to draw them in to want to read my book. Okay, hopefully this will help you in getting some ideas on just the overall use of iMovie because we're going to be using it in a digital storytelling project in language arts as well.